What up? What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to everybody, man. We up here on an early morning tip. Early morning vibes, man. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. We're gonna let a few more people come up in the spot. But what's gonna happen is this. I'm gonna play a video for y'all, man. I'm gonna play a video from y'all from Instagram. You know what I mean? From the gram. Shout out to my son. I guess they call him my son the general. But shout out to my son. You know what I mean? He dropped a video yesterday on his Instagram channel. And I'm going to play that video a couple times during the live stream. It's actually a pretty long video, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. But what happened was this, man. It was a father on a bus stop. And, he was, he punched his son in the face a couple times. And he had another son with him. And I'm assuming these are his sons. You know what I mean? They look like they just got back from a shopping trip or whatever. They had some bags in their hand. And he had another son with him. Y'all give me a second, man. This light is bright as fuck, man. And, they was on a bus stop. And, he proceeded to hit these kids in the face. And that's alarming by itself. Truth be told, a grown man, we're not talking about whippings because, we all grew up off whippings, off ass whippings. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with disciplining your children. But when you start talking about punching a child in their face with your fists as a grown man, that's problematic to me. And even beyond that, what's up with these people always wanting to record shit? Haven't we had enough years of just recording stuff, man? I mean, real talk. When are people going to start intervening in some of these situations, man? You know what I'm saying? We got enough awareness out there. I get it. We got enough awareness. We've been recording things since the Rodney King case, man. Truth be told. We've been recording shit since the Rodney King case. And the thing that's most alarming to me is in these situations, people don't intervene, man. You know what I'm saying? People don't intervene. And that's ill to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Let me go to the gram. I'm gonna go ahead and play some of this video for y'all. And here we go. I don't know if y'all can see it good, but Got people walking by. Look at this bullshit, man. This fucking shit, man. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at that fucking shit, man. Terrorizing them little kids, man. Terrorizing them boys, man. And this is how the cycle begins. Right there, terrorizing them little boys, man. Them little boys wasn't no older than 6, 7 years old, man. So the first little boy in the red jacket, he punched him in the face. He went on and snuffed him out early. Fuck it. And then the other little boy that was on the other side, his other son, he jacked him up 3, 4 times. Like he was a fucking rag doll, man. You dig? And that's how the cycle begins of abuse, right there. Now you sending 2 little boys, you know, obviously they got to grow up into young men. 2 young boys into the world that have been abused, traumatized, hurt. They got broken hearts. They're going to have trust issues. Now you're sending these boys off into the world and going to tell them to be productive, to be good men of character, to have integrity, to have values. And if a man can do that on a bus stop with people walking by, You got cars, you got people walking by, you got buses coming by, they waiting on a bus. Imagine what goes on under that roof when nobody's watching. They need to find out the name of that motherfucker. And CPS need to come get those kids. Period. He's not fit for duty to be a parent. Straight up. Straight up. But that's the cycle. And I guarantee whatever household the father was brought up in, he got abused. And so forth and so forth. Motherfuckers just passing down the trauma. Passing down the trauma and abuse. Passing down the hurt and the pain. We see it far too often, man. We see it far too often. I got that video from my son, the general. I got that video from his Instagram channel. So shout out to my son, matter of fact. I got the video from his Instagram channel. So. My son called it coward culture. Y'all know how they got the term cancel culture? My son called it coward culture, and I gotta agree. The nigga's a coward, man, that did that, dog. We can't call him a man. And look, I believe in tough love, but I don't believe in punching a kid in the face. There's other systems and mechanisms that you can use to discipline a child. You know what I'm saying? But you don't punch a kid in the face with your fist, especially as a grown man. Man, you can break his orbital bone. You can break his jaw. A grown man that's raging mad doesn't even know his strength at that point. He don't even know what he's working with. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not thinking properly. He's not thinking clear. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And even if that's not his child, that's even worse. Like, damn, nigga, you so savage you'll do that to somebody else's kids? It could have been his nephews. It could have been stepsons. It doesn't matter. It's still a child. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to bring this video up just to show people how these generational curses of pain, hurt, and abuse get passed down. Now, real talk, if those little boys aren't taken from that home or something is done where somebody intervenes, if those little boys grow up into the world, what kind of men do you think they're going to be? Like, real talk. If they don't get some kind of therapy and intervention. You know what I'm saying? More than likely, the odds say that they're going to be abusers too. Straight up. That's what the odds say, that they're going to be abusers too, man. You dig? And look, this is a very uncomfortable conversation. What up? He say, hey, bro, I'm from Brooklyn. That happened in the train station in the Bronx. My pops abused my blank when I was a kid. NYC, many L's this year, no doubt. New York City taking a lot of L's. I don't know what's in the water up there. Either that or, you know what I mean? That's where y'all getting the most recordings at. But we got to stop all this recording too. We got to stop all this recording and shit too, man. Even that shit getting kind of old. You did. I remember I was in a park. This was some years ago. I was in a park with my oldest daughter, and you know, we was just playing, just had a little day where we was hanging and shit. And it was this Muslim lady. Well, it was a whole group of them, but it was a Muslim lady down there, and she had our daughters and whatever. And the Muslim lady's child might have been 2 or 3 years old. And the baby was crying so bad. You know, the baby was tired. Like, you know, when a baby, for everybody that got kids, like, you know, when a child is sleepy, man. Like, you know, when a child is tired. You know what I mean? A 3-year-old child to play for a couple hours, they get tired. They got a nap. It's just how it is. So the baby was crying, and the Muslim mother had let that baby cry for about 30 minutes. And the baby was just walking around like this because the baby wanted somebody to pick her up so she can go to sleep. Like put me in a stroller or something. This white lady, no cap, this white lady lost it in the park. She went off on that Muslim lady. I mean, she fucking lost it. But she had every right. She said, "You don't see this fucking baby? The baby's sleepy." I mean, cuss that lady out. And the Muslim lady finally picked up the baby and provided a safe place for it to nest so it can go to sleep. Sometimes you got to intervene, man. And I just sat back and I just watched the whole thing go down like, oh shit. Because everybody's seen it, but nobody wanted to intervene and say anything to the Muslim lady and shit. Nobody said anything, but people were seeing it like, damn, how long is she gonna let this baby cry? The baby's sleepy, man. The baby's tired. And she had no compassion for that baby. And it was just crazy, man. Sometimes you got to intervene in these kind of situations, man, especially with children, because children, they don't control their destiny. Children are only as good as the parents, man. Real talk. Children are only good as the parents. And let me tell y'all something. When I first came to YouTube, I used to talk about the matriarchal psychosis, right? And that was a phrase that I coined on my channel. And I was talking about young Black boys growing up in abusive households. You know what I mean? With overbearing mothers that stunt the growth of their sons. And I stopped talking about it for a couple reasons, but one of the biggest reasons why I stopped talking about that shit was after I started doing a lot of consultations. I did a lot of consultations with, first of all, other races of men. You know what I mean? Hispanic dudes, Asian dudes, white dudes. And they was like, yo, Boogie, that shit happened in our culture too. Like our mothers are overbearing too. I mean, especially with some of my Hispanic guys. They was like, man, our moms are crazy. You know what I mean? So first, I thought it was just a black issue. Until I did a couple consultations with some Asian dudes. They was like, yo, Boogie, my mom's is crazy. She used to whip my ass. Straight up. But being on the outside looking in, we don't really know these things. We think these things are only black people issues. They're like, nah, nigga. I had a couple Asian dudes tell me, like, nigga, my mom's is crazy. She'll cuss my ass out on a heartbeat. I'm like, word. You know what I'm saying? Like, word. And I had to think about these kind of things. And another reason why I stopped talking about it was I bumped into a lot of black men that have father issues too. I did a lot of consultations with younger black dudes that actually had a father that lived in a house with them. And they couldn't talk to their dads for whatever reason. Dad was out working, running the streets, whatever. And don't y'all find that odd that a young man would pay C Boogie for a consultation, and I live all the way on the other side of the country, and he got a dad in the house, but yet he would spend his hard-earned money to pay for a consultation to chop it up with me for an hour and a half? Don't y'all think that's odd? So I stopped talking about the matriarchal psychosis because I'm like, okay, we got to look at this thing as a community now. It's not just with these women. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Us as fathers, we gotta clean up our shit too, man. You know what I mean? Straight out. We gotta clean up our shit too. Our shit not spiffy either. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is altogether is bad leadership. You know what I'm saying? The problem altogether is just bad leadership. Straight out. You can have a good team with talent, but if you don't have a coach and a general manager to mold and craft that talent into what it need to be, dog, you're not winning no championship. You're not going to a Super Bowl. Square biz. You're not going to no Super Bowl. The two teams that are in the Super Bowl right now, the Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs, they got really good head coaches, Andy Reid and Bruce Arians. They got a track record of good leadership. They got a track record of players wanting to play for them. They got a track record of treating people good, treating people right, treating people fair and just. They got a track record of that shit throughout their career in the NFL. You did. Real talk. A team is only as good as the coach and the general manager, man. Straight up, square biz. Square biz. So the problem in our community, man, is really, truth be told, is really bad leadership, man. Or no leadership, some people may say. No leadership. Everybody want to do what they want to do. All right, fine, but, you know, everybody want instant gratification. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want instant gratification. Nobody want to sacrifice their personal pleasures. And that's really, man, once you decide to have children, once you decide to have a family, that's what it is, dog. Man, you give up so much of yourself. I'm talking about your personal pleasures for the betterment of the group, especially the man. Especially the man. Because men, look, real talk, because men, we don't carry children. Like we're not the ones that get pregnant. We're not the ones that go into labor. You dig? So as a man, we're not really stuck with the kids like the women. So once we decide to have a family, have kids, or even get married, or whatever the case is, I mean, you're pretty much giving up your player card, man. Saying, I'm going to sacrifice years of slinging dick to raise my family. And at that point, you got to figure out what's more important. Slinging dick or being a leader to my family? What's more important to you, dog? Slinging dick or being a leader to my family? Good parents understand the sacrifice. Good parents understand, you know what? Once I decided to get pregnant, or once I decided to get somebody pregnant, the mission changes, man. I can have my fun on the weekends every now and then, but it's family first, man. It's mission first. But if everybody want to do what they want to do, if you want to still have your fun and your debauchery and your chicanery and still try to raise your family, something gonna fall short. You know what I'm saying? You're not putting 100% effort into the main goal, and that's the raising of the children. Straight up. Straight up. So there's no way that a mother can go to the club every weekend and raise her children properly. Every now and then she go out to the club. There's nothing wrong with that. You still got to have fun, but damn, you can't be in that every weekend. You got kids to raise. There's no way that a mother can live that life, live the life of an Instagram model, and be a good mother at the same time. That's crazy to think that she can do that. You can be an Instagram model or you can be a mother. You got to pick a lane. You cannot drive in every lane at that point. As a man, you can be a player or you can be a father. Those two lanes don't go together, dog. I didn't get the notification. Man, YouTube been acting kind of funny last couple of days with me, dog. So I'm not even surprised. But the show gonna go on. Like, we ain't even crack 100 people in here, man. So, but the show got to go on. The show got to go on. You know what I'm saying? The show got to go on. And this is really a heavy topic too. This ain't really a fun topic. So I don't expect a lot of people to be in here, but it's a topic that's necessary. What up, Little Rock? Yo, let's get the likes up in here, please. Yo, let's get the likes up a little bit in here, please. So like I say, man, this is really a heavy topic. It's a topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about. So, I don't expect a lot of people to be up in here, but it's a topic that I think is well worth it. It's a topic that we got to speak on. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's a topic that we got to speak on. You did. These things got to be ironed out. It's a lot of hurt people that's hurting people. Straight up. It's a lot of hurt people that's hurting people, man. And I don't like it. I don't like it, man. We are in a real bad position, man. You shouldn't even be having kids until you get your emotional trauma out the way. You shouldn't even be having kids until you're a balanced thinker. Straight up. And that goes for women and men. You shouldn't even want to be a parent until you got your dome straight. Why? Because kids gonna test your patience, man. If anything in the world tests your patience, it's a bad first line supervisor and children. I'm being honest, man. Children. Children gonna take you to a place, especially newborns, boy, because they get up 3-4 times in the night. They always hungry. You know what I'm saying? Shitting everywhere. And I mean, it's a lot. And if you're not emotionally balanced, man, that could actually drive you to a point of no return. Or and even toddlers, man. Toddlers get into shit, toddlers break shit, toddlers fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? They into everything, they get lost, they don't want to listen. You know what I mean? Kids test your patience, man. So if you're the kind of person that know you won't do good in that kind of system, don't have kids, man. Simple as that. If you want to be selfish, if you want to be a narcissist, if you want to live life on your own terms, don't have kids. Don't have kids. I mean, what's so hard about that? To me, it's very easy. And you can live a life of doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't have kids. But the two lanes do not mix. They don't mix. You can't be, like I say, a woman can't be an Instagram model and a good mother. She could be an Instagram model and a mother, but not a good mother. Straight up, square biz. A woman cannot have her ass, titties, and pussy print out on Instagram and be a good mother. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Personally. I think at some point that shit is going to implode. A man can't be a player and be a good father. You can't be dealing with 3, 4, 5 women and still be a good father to your kids. I'm talking about 100%. Somebody is going to get the short end of the stick. And it's usually the children. You know what I'm saying? And here's what some niggas do. Let me be honest, man. Like, here's what some niggas do. Some niggas, they don't have a relationship with their kids, but they'll get with a woman with children and start raising her kids and then forget about his kids. See, I find that real odd. And I see that a lot. I really do. I see that shit a lot. You got to be careful with that, man. You can't alienate your child, get with a woman with a child, and then you start treating that child like it's only one of them. I mean, you start treating that child like you're the biological father and you forget about your biological seed. See, that's odd to me. A lot of niggas do that shit, man. I mean, a lot of niggas do that shit. Straight up. Straight up. Nigga, if you got 30 kids, nigga, you got to find a way to take care of them. If you got if you got 25 kids, nigga, you got to find a way to be a part of their life. You ain't gonna get no sleep, but you got to figure it out. Why? It was all good when you was making the babies. You know what I'm saying? It was all good when you was making them. So, we really looking at a lot of people in our community, man. You know, a lot of the decision making in our community, man, is based off trauma. You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that, black people, somebody say, check my cash app. Yeah, I'm checking the cash app now. Ain't nothing come through yet. I'll check it in a minute. But in our community, dog, a lot of people, man, make decisions based off trauma, like I say, dog. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's not the fact that black people aren't smart. It's not the fact that we don't have substance. Nah, man. It's the fact that a lot of us, man, are fucking hurt, man. Let's just be honest. A lot of us are hurt, dog. A lot of us are hurt, man. Appreciate the super chat, Little Rock. I mean, the cash app, Little Rock. Salute, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, dog. A lot of us are hurt, dog. I mean, can we be honest about this shit? Or like, do we got to play around with it? That's like a lot of guys online. A lot of guys online are hurt. I mean, I can physically see it. I can see the deficiencies. I'm being honest, man. I can see the deficiencies. That's pretty much where I'm at with it. I can see it. See, a lot of dudes can't see it. I can see the shit. A lot of niggas online are hurt. And it's nothing wrong with that. But what are you doing to better your situation? What are you doing to fix it? Some of the language, some of the lingo, some of the talking points that some dudes have had online, that can only be hurt because they want to bring harm or they want harm to happen to other people. That's not normal, dog. I don't care what y'all say. That shit is not normal. When somebody has that kind of stranglehold on your life and they still got you in bondage, where you talking about off with these women heads and whatever, all that type of shit. Or even with the women. I've heard women say abort black babies. I've heard black women say all type of shit about it. Man, these bras are hurt, man. These motherfucking women are hurt. And you know what? Hurt people, you gotta leave them alone. Really, you gotta keep them at bay, rather. You cannot let hurt people get close to you. You cannot let broke people and hurt people into your cipher like that. Unless you are a licensed psychiatrist, man. Real talk. I keep my circle tight, right? I don't even want that energy in my life. Yeah, we had to hydrate, baby Paul. I don't even want that kind of energy in my life, dog. Me, I don't. Personally. With like a bunch of hurt niggas? No, I don't. And I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. A lot of black women have father issues. A lot of black men have mother issues. Real talk. A lot of black women have father issues. A lot of black men have mother issues. Thanks for the super chat, Jasmine. And that's just square biz, man. Yeah, let's get the likes up, please. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This shit is not debatable. It's not my opinion. It's more of a fact at this point. I didn't say all black people. I said a lot of black women have father issues. A lot of black men have mother issues. Straight up. And these people that are still in bondage by that hurt and trauma, they don't need to be in relationships until they fix it. They don't need to be getting married. They don't need to be having children until they fix it. You know what I'm saying? They don't. And a lot of people think that they're going to run. A lot of people think that they're going to run to other races of people and dump their trauma off on them. And that's the crazy part. That's the ill part. A lot of people, A lot of people think that they're going to end that trauma or fix that trauma by dating other races of people. I'm like, dog, you still got to fix yourself. You got to tighten up. Like you don't think you don't think Asian women understand that black men are hurt? That black men. I mean, like y'all don't think that these women know that? Are you crazy? Y'all don't think white men understand what black women go through? Y'all don't think that when these swirlers talk about divesting, y'all don't think white men understand that black women are a lot of them will walk around with a bunch of trauma and baggage and shit? If that's the case, y'all been sleeping under a goddamn rock, man. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, y'all been sleeping under a rock. Real talk. Y'all been sleeping under a rock. It's a book written. It's an unwritten book, but it's a book written on black men. That a lot of black men don't know about. And us as black men, like when we decide to date out or whatever the fuck, other races of women understand the well, excuse me, the psychopathy of black men. They understand the psychological issues of black men. You dig? I'm being honest, man. And they just understand that a lot of black men just need a fucking hug, man. Straight up. A lot of black men are hurt. A lot of black men trying to seek a place of refuge. A lot of black men trying to stay clean in the dirty game. You know what I mean? Real talk. It just is what it is, man. So how can you have proper leadership and a lot of the guys that supposed to be leaders are dealing with all of this hurt and pain? Well, you're not going to have good leadership because the leadership going to make their decisions and base their decisions off of that trauma. You know what I'm saying? It's not just women online trauma bonding. It's men online trauma bonding too. And they can try to dress it up under the pills and all of that. No. It's men online trauma bonded too. That's the only thing they got in common is talking shit about these women. Think about it. Most of these niggas never even met each other. Motherfuckers can be online on panels with each other every day for a whole year for 8 hours. Never even met each other. Y'all don't think that's odd? Y'all don't think that's odd? I do. I think it's odd. They calling each other boys and big bro and all this other crazy shit. That's trauma bonding. You know what I'm saying? They calling each other all kind of fucking nicknames and shit. Never met each other. Never met each other. But y'all don't think that's odd. I think it's odd, personally. But that's just me. It's odd as fuck. It's odd as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's odd as fuck. That's trauma bonding, bro. It ain't just women doing it. It's these men doing it too. It's these men doing it too. Me personally, I can't stamp a person. I can't fully stamp a person unless I meet them. Obviously, online, people can be anybody they want to be. Obviously, online, people can play any character they want to play. And that's fine. But for me personally, I can't stamp a person unless I really meet them, unless I look a person in the eyes and I can feel their energy, man. I'm being honest, man. Unless I really know what they're working with. And then I proceed from there. Other than that, we could just be cool and shit. Like, all right, cool. Cool nigga. Good looking. Other than that, man, but nah, I can't stamp a person unless I shake their hand. That way I know if they righteous or not. That way I know if they righteous or not. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But that's just how I roll. That's odd to me. That niggas can be on panels every day for hours at a time and never met each other. To me, that's odd. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. That's odd behavior, man. You know what I mean? So we're gonna sit around all day and talk about what? Talk about women for 8 hours a day. But that's it. I mean, it's like a hobby to some niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, what's the next step? There's no next step. That is the next step. We're gonna wake up tomorrow and talk about it again. And then we're gonna wake up the next day and talk about it again. There's no end game to that shit. There's no bottom line to that shit. You know what I mean? And that's crazy to me. Straight up. Real talk. So, me personally, I'm not really interested in trauma bonding with nobody. That's why I have a therapist. That's why they have counselors in the world. They have people that you can see when you're dealing with any kind of trauma. They got professionals out there. I don't need to trauma bond with anybody online. Real talk. It's just something that I'm not into and shit. But shout out to the people that do it. Shout out to the people that do it. But for me, I'm Gucci, man. I'm Gucci on that shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Real talk. Square biz, man. I can't fuck with it, man. I can't fuck with that shit, man. You dig? It just come a point in time, man, where I honestly believe, man, we have to deal with our issues, man. As tough, as ugly, as ratchet as they can be, we got to deal with our issues, man. 3 years in therapy, that's what's up. Yo, man, it's nothing wrong with going to therapy, man. I've been advocating for therapy for veterans for over a decade. I've been bringing awareness to PTSD for veterans for over a decade. Man, I worked in those fields, man. I did that shit. Long before YouTube, I was putting together events for veterans, man. This was long before YouTube, man. I'm dead serious, man. And I'm really about to go back to that shit. And that's something that I hope I can kick off this year. If it was up to me, truth be told, I would probably just run a channel for veterans, but it's kind of late in the game for that. But maybe I'll start a veterans channel. I don't know. But I'd rather work with veterans from time to time than work with civilians, even though a lot of veterans are crazy as shit. But I'm gonna be honest, man. That's where my heart is at. That's really where my heart is at. It's split in it too. Like my heart is split with the community and veterans and shit. Like I want to be able to help both, but if it was up to me, I would do content strictly for veterans, man. And maybe I'll get there one day, man. Once I feel like my message is over for the self-improvement, I'll just make content for veterans and shit. But that's what I'd rather be doing, man. Trying to talk to civilians is hard, man. And the thing about veterans, which I like, is we can relate to each other. So for me, if I'm talking to a bunch of veterans, let's say everybody in my chat room was a vet, and we all went to war, we can have deeper, more introspective conversations because the rest of the world is petty once you've been to a combat zone. The rest of this shit is petty shit. You be like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? How the hell you gonna come to a 2-time combat veteran with a red pill and say this is life? Nigga, please. How can you come to a 2-time combat veteran with some minor women problems that you probably could avoid? I'm not talking about the guys that been through crazy divorce. I understand all of that's traumatic. I'm talking about niggas that been used on dinner dates and shit. I'm dead serious, man. How can you come to a 2-time combat veteran with a prom story and you think I'm going to take that serious? I'm like, man, nigga, go down to Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio and you see all these veterans with no legs and half their face blown off and shit. And then come back and tell me about your prom story, nigga. I don't give a fuck about it. Matter of fact, I spit on that shit. I spit on that prom story. I spit on that dinner date bullshit, man. You trying to come to me with that. We don't even live the same fucking life, dog. That's my thing, man. At some point, you got to grow up, man. At some point, you got to grow the fuck up, man. Some things to me is just petty as hell. And I never want to marginalize anybody's existence, but come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. That's crazy, man. We gotta tighten up, man. Are we that sensitive as men where we can't let shit go that happened 30 years ago? What's going on, Xanatos? I'm serious, man. Are we that sensitive as men where we can't let shit go that happened 30 years ago? Are we that sensitive where we can't let shit go? A woman used you on a dinner date 30 years ago where you can't just let it go. That's crazy to me, man. And the crazy part is some dudes want to hold on to that shit. They want to hold on to it. They like having their back against the wall. I'm like, man, at some point those bags going to get too heavy. That's why a lot of people, dog. That's why a lot of motherfuckers they got all kind of high blood pressure. It's affecting their health. A lot of people, man, they 30 years old with a face full of gray hair and shit. Just a bunch of stress, man. They can't sleep. They got hypertension. They got gout. Real talk, man. Niggas got sleep insomnia. A lot of people going through a lot of stress symptoms, man. Why? Because they can't let shit go. They holding on to these heavy bags, man. And they walking around with them every day. That's ill to me, man. At some point, you got to let it go. You got some niggas out here, 29 years old. They look like they 49. You got some niggas out here, 35 years old. They look like they 55. That's crazy to me. And you niggas want to really tell me that men don't hit the wall. Nigga, please. I'm like, nigga, as soon as you get gout, you hit the wall, nigga. Stop it. As soon as your blood pressure get too high, you hit the wall, nigga. Stop it. As soon as you take blood pressure meds, nigga, you hit the wall. Shut the fuck up, nigga. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. Real talk. As soon as you start taking high blood pressure medication, bitch, you hit the wall. As soon as you get hemorrhoids, bitch, you hit the wall. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. You got hemorrhoids, wall. Period. That's it. Real talk. So stop with all that cat, man. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you got gout, hemorrhoids, and high blood pressure. And a face full of gray hair talking about men don't hit the wall. That's crazy. And let me tell you what these niggas do. Let me explain the fuckery of these niggas, man. These niggas take these niggas would take somebody like Floyd Mayweather and put it in your face. Like, see, this is why Floyd Mayweather will never get married. Bitch, Floyd Mayweather is one of one. Floyd Mayweather made damn near $1 billion in the sport of boxing. He's 50-0. Got his own promotional company. He probably gonna make another $500 million. He got his own promotional company. Floyd is one of one. Floyd Mayweather don't drink, don't smoke, lives a healthy life. All he do is get money, beat niggas up, and hang around with the baddest women. But they'll throw Floyd in your face. It's like, nigga, you a regular man. You got to get up and go to work in the morning. That's when I know these niggas are delusional. Real talk. That's when I know these guys are delusional. So what about you is comparable to Floyd Mayweather? For real. That's what I would say. We talking about Pretty Boy Floyd. We talking about Money Mayweather. What about you is comparable to Floyd Mayweather? That's crazy to me. You don't even work out. That's odd to me. That's odd to me. These guys are obsessed with celebrities, man. And they always use celebrities as examples. So if I was to say men don't hit the wall, I would probably use myself as an example. If I can't use myself as an example, I don't need to be using it. Yeah, Tom Cruise. Hey, yo, how tall are you, dog? Hey man, I'm 5'7", the same height as Tom Cruise. Bitch. Yeah, you really Mission Impossible, ain't you? You really Jerry Maguire, ain't you? Yo, what up, Priest? That type of shit kill me, man. These niggas are infatuated with celebrities, man. Yeah, men don't hit the wall. Look at Will Smith. Ain't nothing about you, Will Smith, dog. Will Smith is a rich, handsome, successful Hollywood actor. He's an entertainer, rather. Because we forget that Will Smith sold 10 million albums. Big Willie Style sold 10 million albums and won Grammys. We forget that. Will Smith is an entertainer. You know what I mean? These niggas are obsessed with celebrities, man. Yeah, dudes are out there, man. I just don't really get it, man. Men don't hit the wall. They'll hold up a picture of Denzel. What about you is comparable to Denzel? Of course he don't hit the wall. That's why he's Denzel, nigga. That's why he's Denzel and you're not. That's why people know him on the first name basis and they don't know you on the first name basis. That shit fucks me up, man. But yet and still, when I go out into the streets, I'm seeing niggas that's 35 looking like they 55 because of stress. When I go out into the streets, I'm seeing a bunch of niggas that got to get Beijing in a bed because the shit graying out. When I go out into the streets, I'm seeing niggas that's 28 looking like they 48. Face dry as fuck. Lips chapped. In need of a root canal. Some of these niggas are missing teeth. We're not even going to get into that. Some of these niggas are literally missing teeth. Not like a teeth in the back. I'm talking about some shit in the front. As if we're not going to see it. I'm talking about shit in the front, man. Some of these niggas are missing teeth. I'm talking about men don't hit the wall. That's ill to me. You know what I'm saying? That's ill to me, man. I'm like, you stop growing in 8th grade. That's why you 5'6", 5'7". You stop growing in the 8th grade. And then your teeth started coming out. Nigga, you want some Benjamin Button shit, dog. You want some Benjamin Button shit out this motherfucker, man. Yet and still, you don't want to work out. And you got a problem with niggas working out. Man, stop it, man. So anyway, at the end of the day, though, hurt people, man. Hurt people, though. And I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. But it's real. It's real. And I think one of the problems is in our community. Well, we got a couple things when it comes to mental health. In our community, especially for the men, a lot of black men don't know where to get resources at. They don't trust the resources that they have at their disposal. And a lot of black men just don't have the time. A lot of black men just don't have the time to even get therapy because niggas are grinding, getting paper, trying to work 2, 3 jobs sometimes. Niggas got to pay bills. They don't really have time to sit with a therapist twice a week for an hour or even once a week for an hour. They just don't have the time. So even with the self-improvement summit, I made sure I put it on a Saturday for a reason. So niggas wouldn't miss time off work. Real talk. I would rather have the event on a Friday and then Saturday we do another activity all together. But I understand like niggas gotta work. And there's no need to take a whole day off work. Nah. So I made sure I made it on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Or if you gotta take a day off work, it's just one day. And you can make those hours up later on. So that's why I did it like that. You know what I mean? That's why I did it like that, though, to make sure that niggas won't have an issue with work and jobs and logistics and shit. But moving forward, that's what I'm looking into. Before COVID, I was working with a lot of veterans, right? With the NWR. I don't know if y'all familiar with the MWR. As far as the military is concerned. But anyway, I was working with a group with the NWR, and we was working with veterans, screening them for resources because a lot of them didn't know where the resources was. It's a bunch of resources for veterans, but they don't know how to get to them. Right? So essentially, I was a community liaison. And I would have to go to people's houses and shit sometimes. For some people, it was a phone call away. But for other people, they wasn't high functioning. So I would have to go to some people's houses and shit like that. And it just is what it is, because you got to get certain paperwork, but you got to get the resources out to people, right? And I'm about to bring that back. And that's why I'm trying to build up a strong team, right? That way, black men, young black men, we can know where the resources are at. All you need is a liaison to point you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? All right, you need a therapist. Boom, there you go. I got you. You need certified doctor. You know what I mean? You got health problems. All right, there you go. You know what I mean? You need a spiritual coach. There you go. You need a business coach. There you go. You know what I mean? Everything is out there, man. We just need to lead people in the right direction so they can get to the resources, man. So I'm about to bring that back. That's coming. That's on my docket for this year. That's on my docket for this year, man. More community liaison work. You know what I mean? More community liaison work, man. And it's not just going to be for veterans this time, though. It's going to be for everybody. You do. Because when it comes to women know where to get the resources at. A lot of times resources come to women. But for men, we got to search long and hard for anything. And then we got to work twice as hard to maintain it, especially black men, because they feel we don't need it. So we got to do a better job at that. But I got this. I got that. I've charged myself with that task of doing more community liaison work. You know what I mean? Ain't no sweat off my back, man. So that's where we at in this thing, man. Hurt people. We got to stop the cycle. That video that we seen, shout out to my son. But yeah, it's coward culture. You know what I mean? It's coward culture, man. It's coward culture, bro. That video was hard to watch. That's why I ain't play it no more. Man. Grown ass man terrorizing his sons. And you know, most likely his son's gonna turn around and terrorize somebody else. And that's how you keep the cycle alive, man. Those little boys gonna need therapy. Those little boys gonna need therapy, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. They're gonna need therapy. Because I'm pretty sure that wasn't his first time doing that. So I wanted to use that video as a teaching moment. That's it. I wanted to use that video as a teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's it, man. We got to do better, man. And all of this recording shit got to stop too. Everybody want to record fucked up moments for whatever reason. It's time to start intervening too. You know what I'm saying? That man deserved to get his ass beat. But that's just the way I see it. So anyway, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the moderators, man. Shout out to everybody that donated, super chatted, Cash App. I really appreciate that, man. I'm out. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. Salute.